Today is a great day for two very good reasons. One, I'm in Northern California, just a little bit northwest of Sacramento, and I'm here with my son Jordan, and he has his Tacoma, which he's done some new modifications to, which we'll talk about. But I haven't seen Jordan in a couple months, and we haven't been together on the trail for a while, and he's agreed to lead today because he's kind of been up in this area. So we're gonna go check out camp tonight and then go explore some areas that neither one of us have been to. I've never been in this area before, but pretty stoked. Reason number two today is a great day. If you watched the last Gladiator update video, I mentioned that I was kind of taking a different turn with the build, a different direction. And a few months ago, I ordered something, and today, about 3 hours ago, it was installed, and I'm gonna chance to use it and share it with you. Doc, guys, is looking a little different. He's got a four-wheel camper, Project M back there, and I'll explain in this video why I chose that, some of the features of it, but it's gonna be perfect for my case use. So, Luna's in there with me, Jordan is getting ready to pack up, we're gonna hit the trail, we're gonna have an amazing adventure, guys, and we're gonna take you along. Oh yeah, guys, this is gonna be good. Luna, are you ready for a trip? This is gonna be fun. Okay, now, I had a four-wheel camper Hawk in the back of my Power Wagon years ago. I absolutely loved that camper. The truck didn't love the camper, and so that was some of the challenge, but that camper was great. Jordan has had a Project M on his Tacoma for about 2.5 years now, and it has held up. But full disclosure, when I decided to pivot on the build and make a change here, I reached out to four-wheel campers because I have always been satisfied with their stuff. And I said, hey, are you guys interested in becoming part of this project? And they said, absolutely. So I'm excited to be working with four-wheel campers, but no matter what happens, good or bad, I'm always gonna share it with you, and I don't think there's gonna be any issues. I'm excited to put this thing to use to do a little bit of a build out, which we'll talk about later. All right, we're on the trail, and today's gonna be a good day. Oh yeah, getting out on the trail with my son and hanging out at camp, those are the kind of moments I always look forward to. And the area he's taking me today, well, it looks like it's gonna be something special. Now, I've been chatting with Jordan over the last few weeks about how he has used his camper, and I've been taking a lot of notes. It's kind of cool when my kid starts to influence my build decisions. I really debated long and hard about switching to a full-size truck and instead of this Gladiator and doing another full camper. Even though my Power Wagon was a great truck, it didn't perform well with a 1,400-pound camper on the back with its coil and spring rear suspension. If I had to do it all again, I'd probably take a page from my buddy Sean at the Story Till Now and build a heavy-duty truck with leaf springs in the rear to handle that load. Thankfully, this Project M only weighs 354 pounds. That's a fraction of the weight of that full-size camper. And get this, I had a stainless steel bed cap, a rooftop tent, and an awning on the Gladiator before this, and that combination actually weighed more than this Project M. This is gonna be a way better setup, especially for those long trips with Luna and I living out of the Gladiator for weeks on end, hitting some technical trails. Well, Jordan, it's great to be back out on the trail with you. It's been a while, and thanks for agreeing to lead up here. This looks like it's going to be a beautiful drive.
Yeah, I mean, the drive here was beautiful, and hopefully we can go around this reservoir that's up here and maybe find a camp spot right on the water.
Oh, camping on the lake now. That's what I'm talking about. Did you bring your fishing pole?
No, I didn't.
Okay, well that might have to be an excuse to do a fishing trip up here next time. Now,
how did you find this area?
I just used Onyx off-road, and I pretty much was like looking at all the land and trails around here, and this one seemed like the best.
Yeah, it's really cool that you're using Onyx. It took a little while to get you to come around, but you've been using it for a bit, and now it seems like a good resource. I mean, you're living up here in Northern California just exploring, and it's a great tool. And what's cool is you've been able to share with me on Onyx off-road, like some of the areas that we were gonna go check out, and I'm super excited about this, dude.
Yeah, it should be cool, and it's just nice being able to see like what types of land are going on and whatnot.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it says that we're on BLM right now, which is perfect. And I gotta say, dude, all the upgrades you've done to that truck, man, it looks good.
Yeah, I'm super happy with it. I mean, the suspension, the tires, everything, it rides so well. And I tried to do a lot of research with different suspensions just because of the weight of the four-wheel camper, and I wanted something that was going to be comfortable daily driving, and I have to say it's amazing.
Yeah, well, it looks great. I mean, it's taken you a while to get it to this point, but man, it looks solid. So that's awesome. We'll talk a little bit more about it on camera for these guys when we get to camp later. So I'm excited to see where the day takes us.
Yeah, it should be a really good day.
It wasn't long before the lake we were aiming for came into view on the horizon, and just beyond it, snow-capped mountains stretching across the distance. This is one of those views that just stops you in your tracks. I wasn't expecting something this breathtaking out here. The trail so far? Mild. A few ruts, a little dust, but nothing too technical. Honestly, it's the kind of route that's perfect for someone like Jordan, especially as he starts thinking about doing more solo travel. And speaking of exploring.
So we're not even 2 hours in, and Jordan's like, hey, I want to take a detour and see where this goes. And I absolutely love that. My son has the adventure spirit. So even though he had an idea in his head where he wanted to take me tonight to camp, we're like, hey, let's go see where this trail goes. I'm like, yeah, let's go do that. So that's what I'm talking about.
So it was only about a 5-mile detour off of our original trek, and you never know what you'll find when you make a detour like this. Maybe an epic campsite, an old gold mine, or a long abandoned cabin. Well, we didn't find any of those, just 2 closed gates. They really just didn't want us to go any further. That's okay, you don't know what you'll find if you don't try. Now, to get back on our original track and continue making our way to the lake.
A little after 4:30, and we kind of start looking for camp a little more seriously now. We don't want to be wheeling around in the dark. Not that that's a bad thing, but it would be nice to get to camp early. And we were climbing for a long time, and finally got up into the pine trees up there. It's beautiful, and you can see the lake and the mountains off in the distance. But now we're coming down, and a little bit of rugged trail here, but this is a beautiful spot. I've never even thought of exploring this area, and I'm so glad Jordan has brought me here. I think this would be a good excuse to come back and visit so I can explore this area a little bit more. So, looking for camp soon. That's the plan. Okay, I think Jordan found us a primo spot, and I know this young lady is ready to get out and run around. Check this out, guys. Beachfront property right here on this beautiful lake. Yeah, good job, Jordan.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. I think we're gonna have to move up a little bit to get level, but this is a good spot. You know what was a really good idea was both forgetting our fishing poles.
Yeah,
that was a really good idea. All right, we had to move up the bank a little bit, but now we're all set up. Used quite a few rocks to get things level. Luna is chilling there, and we'll talk about my camper in a moment, but Jordan is setting up. You can see he's got a lot of rocks as well. But Jordan, let's just talk about 2.5 years with the camper. Pretty easy to set up.
Oh yeah, super easy to set up.
And you haven't done a lot of build out inside of it.
Yeah, almost nothing.
Almost nothing. Yeah, but why? Explain why.
Well, I really like just being able to throw what I need back here and strap it down, because then I can still use the truck to do truck stuff, like when we got a treadmill or a couch.
Right. Yeah. I mean, look how easy that is to set up, guys. It's super fast. The front will take him just moments. Now, you do have a fridge in there. You got some storage boxes. You got a heater.
I do.
What else do you have in there that's pretty important?
Important?
Yeah, like what's your essentials in there?
Air compressor, tools, portable toilet.
Okay.
The Goal Zero and a camp stove, I guess.
Okay. All right, I have a very happy puppy. She's glad to not be sitting in the passenger seat, and she's ran around already a ton. You happy girl? Okay,
So let's talk about the Project M. There's a lot of campers out there, guys, and I looked at them all over and over before reaching out to 4-wheel campers. What I like specifically about this camper is, one, it's insulated. So there's insulation all the way around. Plus I have the thermal pack, so that insulates the tent up top a little bit. You've got a little bit more space because it's not this thin wall that comes right up at the truck bed. It actually comes out a little bit, and that's a compromise I'm willing to have because now I get a bunch of extra space in here. Also, what I like about this is, you saw Jordan, the entire roof comes up. It's not a scissor roof. And a scissor roof kind of limits, you know, how much headroom you have. Jordan is 6'4", I'm 6'2", like we've got plenty of room in there. And it's got a king size bed. Like, that's massive. That's a huge benefit. So the potential here is endless. And I think that what I'm gonna probably do is kind of like Jordan. I don't plan on building a bunch of shelves and drawers. And, you know, I've seen some really cool builds and I think those are great, but that's a lot of weight. And that's not what I want to do. I want to keep this pretty simple. I want to still, like Jordan, be able to use this as my truck bed. And so that's kind of my goal going into this. I'm going to make it functional. I'm going to make it useful, but it's going to stay pretty lightweight. So let me get this set up, and then we're going to figure out who's cooking dinner tonight. All right, a couple of features and options that I got and didn't get with this trailer. So I mentioned that I got the thermal pack, which is an insulation pack that goes all the way around the side, but we can access the windows. I got these bug screens, which I think is totally invaluable. Jordan didn't get these with his, and he wishes he would have. I only got one fan. You can do a 2-fan option, but I only got one. And then I didn't get any windows on this side because I know that I'm going to try to put some stuff up here, mount here. I do have the one window on there, which is fine. It's perfect. And they have these covers for all the windows. So I think this is part of the thermal pack as well. So I don't need curtains, which is really nice. There's some wiring for solar. It's pre-wired for solar. I'm definitely going to put some solar panels up on the roof, and then I will have some kind of portable power unit here that will be hooked up to the vehicle so it charges all the time. I don't think I'm going to do a build. I think I'm going to have something that's already ready to go and I can just set it there. I think that'll be easy, and then have solar charge when I'm here at camp like this. So I'm excited, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. I've been thinking about this a lot for the last few months, and yeah, it's the next evolution of Doc. It's pretty cool. Jordan and I have been just kind of relaxing at camp a little bit. Dogs have gotten fed, had their dinner. Jordan's getting the stove out, and he's going to start cooking dinner here pretty soon. We're having steaks, and he's the man to cook steak. Let's face it, he cooks a steak better than I do. But hey, real quick, I want to let you guys know, this is Jordan's Ignic fire can, and we are giving away one of these over at TrailRecon.com. If you click the link below, sign up for the newsletter, you're entered to win. And that ends on 31 March 2025 at midnight. Now, I did take a little time and start kind of organizing in here, but this is by no means the end all. I'm sure I'm going to do this 20 times, but I got the fridge in there. I got the Goal Zero, some soft boxes. I think Luna is probably going to sleep in her kennel up there tonight, right next to me, because I'm not going to use that entire king size bed. So that'll make her pretty comfortable. Plus that keeps the kennel off the floor. So that's, yeah. That's my modified at camp basic setup right now, and I think it'll work. Luna, how you doing? Was dinner good? Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Hopefully it's all right.
I'm sure it's delicious.
It's hard to make a steak that sucks.
It does hurt. That's a good statement.
Yeah.
Buy the wrong meat.
You can make it not great.
Yeah.
You can make it okay. It's hard to make one that sucks, though.
I like that philosophy. That's why you cook the steaks. Dinner hit the spot, and honestly, it was just an all-around incredible day. The next morning brought the kind of peacefulness at camp that just makes you want to stay a little longer. Jordan and I both agreed if we had a kayak and a couple fishing rods, we could easily stretch into a 2 or 3 night stay here. But this morning, I'm on breakfast duty. I'm heating up some smoked pork cooked by Jordan just a couple days ago, tossing in some scrambled eggs and cheese. We'll see if this can do it justice.
Yeah, that doesn't suck.
I mean, that's your smoked pork in there, dude. Fantastic, I'm sure.
It's pretty good.
Good morning. It's a beautiful morning out here. I am on a cup of coffee, I think number 3. And Jordan and I have just been sitting here enjoying the sunrise, the lake, watching fish jump, duck and geese and all kinds of birds all over this place. It's a great little spot. Now, this is definitely a high use area and we're just right off the trail. In fact, there's a little bit of trash here that we're gonna pick up before we leave. Remember guys, leave it better than you found it. I know it's not our trash, but we're gonna take some out of here. But it's been a great morning and he and I haven't done this in a while and it's been just nice just kind of sitting here chatting, catching up, talking about talking about vehicles, talking about future adventures and all the things. It's good to be out here with my son. So, kind of had a good conversation this morning about what the plan is. And we wanted to do kind of a little bit more exploring out here. The challenge is that we're pretty far north and I have a long drive home and I do have some commitments that I have to meet. So I think what we're going to do is enjoy this morning and then figure out what the rest of the day looks like. But I don't think we're going to do too much more exploring. Also, I have one very wet and dirty Luna. She's never been in water before and she discovered it this morning and boy, she had a blast. But I didn't pack any towels. Shame on me because, look, I forgot all kinds of things as I was preparing for this trip. I was trying to remember all this stuff. But now that I have the camper, I can get really organized and everything's just gonna live in the truck full time, like towels for Luna and fishing poles, which we forgot. So it was fun to see her out here playing, but I had to kind of cut her off because it was becoming a hot mess. So I think what we're gonna do right now is I want Jordan to share with you guys what he's been up to with his truck. Because he's done a lot of great things. And remember, he's had this thing for like 3 years now, and he was using it stock for a long time, and now he's been doing a lot of upgrades, and he's making it fit for him, his girlfriend Sam, and their 2 dogs. And I think it's the perfect platform. In fact, honestly, guys, if I was going to build a Tacoma, this is exactly what I would do. So let's talk to him about what he's done to his truck so far. Good morning, Jordan. How'd you and Olive sleep?
Great. It was a little chilly, but not too bad.
Yeah. And this camp spot, dude, nice find.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I think you need to come out here, explore some more and see what else you can come up with.
Yeah, I want to come out here, just spend like a day fishing and just relaxing by the water. I think that'd be really nice.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, what I wanted to do is, I mean, it's been over 3 years now you've had this truck.
Mm-hmm.
I want to bring folks up to speed about this because you're going to maybe film some more stuff with the truck.
Yeah,
potentially. So
possibly.
Let's do a little update on it. What for those that don't know, what is this truck base?
So it's a 2015 Tacoma. It's the TRD off-road.
Okay.
In silver sky metallic.
And how many miles?
Well, when we got it, it was like 68, and I think it's around like 76 now.
Yeah,
so
still super low miles for this truck, right?
Yeah, very low miles.
Yeah. And you pretty much wheeled it stock for a long time.
Yeah, for a very long time.
Yeah, and only recently you've made several upgrades. But let's just start from the front, work our way back. Let's talk about some of the things that you've done and some of the things that you're still planning on doing. So there's no like bumper on the front. Any plans there?
Yeah, so it's been hard finding a bumper that I like the way that looks and isn't 150 pounds being added to the front end.
Yeah, see, that's my son talking right there, guys. Weight matters.
But that little like plastic piece in the middle of the bumper, there's a few companies, there's aluminum and steel versions that pretty much slide in there and you can hold a winch.
Okay.
So I like how minimalistic it is, and just being able to recover myself if I need to would be nice.
Because you don't have a lot of recovery on here, no traction boards or winch. So I think it definitely worth it. Plus you could put some you can put some lights up there as well, give you a little more off-road.
I could, yeah.
Lights, so that'd be nice.
Yeah.
You do have a GMRS radio, so you've got the antenna mounted on the other side over there.
Yeah, it's just mounted on the hood.
Yeah, you've got 2 KC Flexera 1s on the A-pillars.
Yep.
Okay, now the thing that you're super stoked on, what did you do to the suspension on this thing?
So I went back and forth on how tall I wanted to go and what type of suspension I wanted to do for a while.
Yeah.
But I ended up going with the Old Man Emu. It's it's supposed to be a 2-inch lift, but it has their heavy-duty springs in the front and rear.
Okay.
I think it lifted it closer to 3.
Yeah.
But it looks really good.
How's the ride on the road?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It drives like it's stock pretty much.
Doesn't feel stiff.
Not at all.
Okay.
No.
And on the trail, I was watching you. I mean, I was following you all day yesterday. It looks super stable.
Yeah, I mean, for the heavy-duty springs, I was expecting it to be a little stiff, but no, it's great.
Okay. Did you do anything to the steering, or is that all stock?
Steering's all stock.
Okay. Now let's talk about the wheels and tires, which I know you're stoked on.
Yeah, I think that's the number one thing I wanted to do. They're Method 703s and they're gloss titanium.
Okay.
They're a 16-inch rim and they have a 0 offset, so they don't stick out too far. It's just a little bit of poke, which helped me fit the 285, 65, 16 BFG all-terrains.
Okay, and that's like a 33.
It's like 32.87, something like that.
Okay, all right, close enough, right?
Yeah.
But it's good. So you got a lot, because you're a 16-inch wheel, you've got a little bit of extra rubber sidewall, which is actually nice for the trail.
Yeah, and I think it looks better.
Yeah, no, it looks really good. I like the color with the truck. It looks awesome. Did you have to do any trimming?
Yeah, just very minimal, just some of the plastic around. I took a little bit off of here because I put the wheels on before the lift, so I was able to turn the wheels and see where it would rub if it was like stuffed. So just a little bit off the fender and the fender liner.
Okay.
Maybe if I flex it out, might have to do the cab mount chop, but I'm hoping we don't have to.
Okay, all right. So you haven't had it fully flexed out?
No, not yet.
Okay, well, and you've only had the lift kit on for, what, maybe 2 months?
Yeah, maybe 2 months.
Okay, all right. Well, that's good that you're happy with it, and I love that it rides well, because, I mean, look, you've got some weight on the truck. You're not overloaded, but it's got some weight, and so the fact that it's riding good is perfect. Let's talk a little bit about the interior. I know there's one thing in there that you recently did you're super excited about.
Yeah, let me unlock it first. Yeah, so the inside, it's, I don't know, not a whole lot's been done to it, but we have the radio, and then I just installed a new doubled-in stereo system.
Okay. And how do you like that?
I love it. The only reason I did it is so I could have Apple CarPlay.
Yeah.
So
nice.
Yeah, that's been nice.
Okay, and what about the rear? Because we did something a while back that has been super functional for you.
Yeah, it's the goose gear. I mean, there's a huge dog bed on it right now. But I can throw the recovery gear, my tools, and whatever else I want to in there, and then it has a huge platform for the dogs.
Yeah, I mean, the seat delete is, I mean, I think when you have 2 large dogs like you guys do, that gives you a lot of space to put your gear and whatnot. People I don't think realize just how much savings of space you get when you get rid of those seats.
Yeah, it's a lot of space back there for both of them.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big dog bed.
Yeah, it's huge.
And Olive is not a small dog. Okay, and then let's just one more time on the camper. So I know you've been super happy with the camper, but I want to talk about like what has worked well for you and what are you still thinking you want to do with the camper?
Yeah, so I've been going back and forth. I want to build different things.
Yeah.
But every time I come up with a new idea, there's something else that I want the truck to be able to do that contradicts it.
Yeah.
So right now I'm pretty happy with just being able to throw whatever gear I need in there, strap it down, and call it good.
Okay.
Because I can take what I need based off of what we're doing pretty much.
You've had the bed rug in there since before we put the camper on. How happy are you with that?
Oh, I love the bed rug. There's a little bit of foam underneath it too, so it's a little bit of insulation and helps keep it nice and quiet in here.
Okay.
We don't hear the dogs walking around at night, which is nice.
Yeah. And when you guys are sleeping, where are the dogs? Are they up on the bed with you?
No, I move the dog bed from the goose gear, just throw it in the back, and they sleep down there.
Nice. That's perfect. So you have all the room to be able to do that, which is good. And what about your fridge? Are you happy with where your fridge is at?
I don't love it being in the back, but I like being able to just open the tailgate, grab a quick snack and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then I'm able to keep all our like duffel bags and backpacks in the cab of the truck.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a compromise, right? Because the fridge, it being in the back here in the summertime, it's going to run full time, so it's going to use a lot of power.
Yeah.
But you don't really have the space in the back of the truck because you got the dogs and all your gear, so there's a little bit of compromise, so you just know. But thankfully it's a smaller fridge, so it's not going to use a ton of power. And what about heat? I see you have the buddy heater up there. We talked a little bit about that. That might not be ideal, but what are you thinking?
I like the buddy heater. I just need a place to put it.
Yeah.
Right now I just have it on these the gear tracks that they have with the Project M.
Yeah.
And it's I'm hoping it won't burn these nylon things, but I haven't used it yet.
I don't know. I don't know if the straps are a good call.
Yeah. I've seen a bracket online that will mount to the back of the buddy heater, and maybe there's a way I can put it up there.
Okay.
They're just always sold out, so it's hard to find them.
Yeah. And what is, when you're sleeping in there, what do you open windows? Do you leave everything closed? What's your configuration?
Honestly, it just depends. Last night I had every single window open, so it was just the screens.
Yeah.
It was a little chilly, but that's my fault.
Yeah, I kept everything closed except for the roof vent, and we were toasty in there.
Yeah.
So. No heater running. So cool. Well, I think it's pretty obvious. You're happy with the truck.
Very happy with how it's turning out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Packing up camp for the first time for me was a little bit of a mess, but as I get organized and use this camper more, this will get easier and faster. As we rolled out of camp and passing by the lake one last time and heading back into the forest, I couldn't help but think about how much this short trip meant. It wasn't about miles covered or obstacles conquered, just time well spent with my son, sharing the trail, swapping stories, and testing out some gear. These are the kind of moments that stick with you. And now, it's time to see where the next trail leads.